Okay, the negativity. I'm gonna give you this analogy. I live in probably one of the most densely populated boating areas of the country. And we have tides of water when the water rises and it lowers, and the way that you navigate the waters changes depending on the tide. When it's low tide, the sandbars, which is the bodies of land that's loose, it's just really shallow water. That it's either above water line, that you can actually see it as a small little island, or it's right below the water surface, maybe inches below the water or a couple of feet below the water. Depending on the type of boat you have, sometimes you can go over those really, really shallow areas, and most boats can't, so they have to stay within the channels. You have these big barges, I forgot the name of the boats, but they come up and they dig up the channels to make the channels deeper so that the bigger boats, the big luxury yachts and the big shipping vessels, tugboats and all that stuff that are deep and their rudders and their props are down deeper into the water, they can go through those waters without running onto land. So they come through and they dig up the channels to make sure that it's always deeper in those channels between the markers for the bigger boats. High tide, a lot of boats can go through those shallower waters, but not those bigger boats. Okay, you get the point. If I had a boat, which I don't, but if I did, I ultimately decide where I steer my boat, because I have those channel markers as a guide. They're not saying that the rule is you stay between the channel markers. It's just a recommendation. If you stay between those channel markers, you will not run onto the ground. You won't bottom out on sandbars or shallow waters. But it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to go outside of the markers, okay? As an individual, you have the choice to decide what you expose your headspace to or what you don't. When you get to a point in life when you realize that negativity in your life outweighs the positive, you would have gotten to that point because of some type of pain or discomfort that you're experiencing that's forcing you to reflect on everything that you are surrounding yourself with, every person that you're surrounding yourself with, every bit of material that you're consuming or you're allowing to infiltrate your mind, both conscious and subconscious. You have the choice. And hopefully it's not too late for you to realize that, to where you're at 95 years old and now you realize, oh man, I've always had a choice. And now you get really upset with yourself because it took you this long and you've basically lost your entire lifetime to make a shift in perspective, make a shift in the mechanics on how you do life, how you live. That being said, I'm 38 years old and I have gotten to the point to where I've experienced enough pain, enough discomfort for me to evaluate that I'm surrounding myself with, those who I'm surrounding myself with, the material that I'm allowing into my mind, into my perspective, and I can choose what I allow to influence my perspective. Nobody is going to tell me otherwise. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. My life, my choice. You dig? Okay. At the end of the day, I owe it to my wife, 100% my wife, to have the strongest mind that I possibly can, the healthiest mind that I possibly can, to protect her, to provide for her, She's my ministry. She's my sun and my moon. She's the sun in my life to illuminate the dark spots in the dark places, to guide me and to be on my six, to see what I can't see, and to help me direct her as the leader. And I rely on her as the moon to also show me, to illuminate those dark areas, or to give me refuge, as I am for her. So I owe it to nobody to explain why I'm deciding to dip out of areas that I find are negatively impacting this. Nobody. Out of a courtesy, I share it with somebody. I shared it with you guys on the Facebook meme thing. And I specifically said I am not calling out any one person, but I could tell certain people were convicted, meaning they felt like it applied to them. And that's why I don't post on Facebook general statements about anything in fitness and anything. Because of that, because everyone is broken in some way. Everyone is searching for completion in some way. So if I say some vague statement of like being broken, blah 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 blah, everyone's gonna be like, why are you sharing my business? We just talked about this the other day. Bro, we talked about this the other day, but you have no idea, obviously, that every person experiences this, and I'm not talking about any one particular person. That's why I don't do that. I don't post a lot on Facebook, social media in general. But I could tell that certain people were feeling like I was calling them out, which I wasn't. And ironically, the people who thought that I was calling them out had nothing to do with it. So I can't change the reaction of anyone. I could just share my journey and what I'm doing out of a courtesy to be respectful and loving to those who have been respectful and loving to me. But I owe it to nobody but my wife. That's number one. The other thing is that I'm already negative about some of the things that's going on in the game, and I don't want to jump on the bandwagon because I have a tendency to do it, is start to complain without giving solutions. There are some of us out there that are really good at being able to remain calm. I'm not that person. I am not that person. I strive to become more like that type of person, not like that person. But I know that there's certain things that I see that others don't, and I share those things, but I also I can do it from a negative energy. I can do it from a negative place in my heart and be very destructive instead of constructive. I can build as much as I can destroy. And when I know that about myself, I back off. So when I back off and I still get the notifications to pop up to all this stuff, and I check out certain things, and I'm like, damn, that's making me more negative. That's making me more negative. That's making me so angry because I'm already upset about some of the things, but then when I see more and more people pile on with different perspectives and different lenses of their own realities, and they use different words to describe basically the same things that I'm describing, but from a different perspective. That's why Creeper helped change my perspective on the wait times on the workshop points that's coming out next month, like next week, basically. So I was glad that I saw his comment because he opened my eyes to a perspective I did not have. I was really negative, but then because of reading his comment, I was like, okay, you were kind of a little over the top with your reaction. You didn't consider these other variables. That's what this community should be about. It should be about sharing ideas and sharing perspective without being derogatory and making fun of other people and bullying other people. And Brian, I think it was Brian that you said, I was talking to Ragu and Brian and holy crap, there's like 4 others of you. I wish I could remember right now, but I'm like, I'm like so over the place about the negativity in the community. And I remember when I would post pictures, this is in past tense, I would post pictures of my hangar and I would say, what do you guys think of this? And you know the comments that I used to get? I used to get, that's a lot of long range. You should try taking those Columbuses and pins out and replacing them with maybe an aphid Orkin combo, or a Tehran Magnum, or a Tehran aphid combo, or even a Columbus to keep that mid-range, but also the aphid combo so that you can kind of pop over the walls, or you can, you know, have a little bit of a shorter range because you're wanting to support. You can use that to help take down Ansel shields for your people. Cool. But then the transition happened to where the negativity started to increase. I would drop a picture of my hangar, you effing noob, you should kill yourself, or you effing retard, don't you know that blank, 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 blank. It's like, hey bruh, you don't even know me. I don't even know you. I don't even know how to play the game. Why are you coming at me like this when I'm asking for help? Now you post a picture of your hangar and you immediately get, you effing noob, you're an effing retard, you should kill yourself. Why do I want to see that? And I can't go and I can't like bring that new player under my wing and say, this is what I would do, this is how I can help you. What am I gonna do for thousands of players? But what if we all did that? Took every player that had the courage to say, I don't know what's up. And that's that player that's that kid or that young man or that young woman that raises their hand in class and says, I don't know the damn answer to this, but I have a question, blah, 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 blah. And then it was the other people that were in the class that are like, yeah, man, I had that question too, but I wasn't going to raise my hand. I don't want the teacher to know I don't know that. The person who is going to succeed in life, chances are it's going to be the person who raised their effing hand, that asked for help. Don't baffle me with bullshit. Dazzle me with knowledge. And if you don't have it, show me that you are on your way to actually pursue something that you don't know. Because every one of us don't know something, and we're not experts in everything, but there's some of us, actually all of us, we're an expert at something. So why not share the thing that we're expert at? It could be at talking to people. It could be to relate to people. It could be to make thumbnails for videos. As you can see, I don't know how to do that. Channel art, I don't know how to do that. Making a YouTube video, I know how to make a YouTube video, but process of all the meta and stuff like that, I don't know about that stuff. Everyone is an expert at something. Everyone. And every one of us has a deficit in something. Damn. Shaka Khan, holla at your boy. I'm worked up, man. I'm worked up. I am worked up. I hate bullying. I hate bullying. I hate bullying. I've been in so many fights for people that I've been seeing getting jumped. And I'm like, hey man, let's throw some hands. You want to tussle with someone smaller than you? Let's do it, man. We're the same size. We can tussle. We can do it. But not on the internet. Nah, bruh. Nope. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that, man. Common sense, which was common sense back in the day, but Common now, the hip hop artist, he says, I'm too grown for fist fighting. Too grown. I got too much to lose to be worrying about negative. I'm only pursuing positive. That's why I'm in this community in the first place. That's why I'm making videos, because there's a dark world on the other side of that screen in most people's lives that play games. Depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, panic attack, panic disorders, PTSD, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, pornography addiction. You never know what kind words can do for somebody. It can lift them up out of their despair, lift them up out of their darkest time. But it can also push them over the damn edge and make them do something that they will regret, or will never, ever, ever be able to regret again, because they ended it all. I've had too many friends commit suicide. And being one of the people that, as loving as I am and as encouraging as I am to others, knowing that I didn't get a chance to sit with them and to have a chance to stop them. I know people that end up doing that, ending it all. There's nothing that you can say or do. I know that. But I sometimes don't know that. Most of us out here don't play hours and hours and hours of video games because it's just we like to do video games. It's our hobby. We do it because we're avoiding pain. We're doing it because we're avoiding the discomfort and facing the things that are in our lives that are calling out for us to fix me, fix me. It could be fix a relationship, or it could be fixing a career that's going down the tubes, or a relationship that's going down the tubes. It could be fix me. That body, their own body is calling out for them to fix them, to stop doing drugs, or to stop doing alcohol, stop doing whatever, or start doing this, or start doing this. Or that they're trying to not focus on other things. I know it doesn't apply to everyone, but it applies to a lot of us. I mean, take for instance, I started playing War Robots because I had a drinking problem back in 2016. So that's why. That's my why. What's yours? Why are you out there doing what you do? Lifting people up, encouraging other people, being with the broken. Or why are you not? Whew. I didn't expect to say that. Why are you not? It's almost like these videos are my therapy. Like NF the hip-hop artist, he writes his music for him to process his pain, not for us as the listener. It's his journal, it's his therapy. I love you guys. I really do. But at the end of the day, I've got to protect my mind. I've got to protect I got to protect what I allow my mind exposure to, because I make it my life's mission to lift up the discouraged, to love the unloved, protect the weak. But I have to start with my wife. So I gotta protect me. And as silly as it seems, is I gotta do small things that seem inconsequential, like stop listening to specific music that gets me angry, change it to the music that encourages me, lifts me up, gives me a good energy. Stop reading, specific books or articles or whatever to protect my mind, and only feed my mind things that are going to make me grow or to give me different perspective. And that's also what I see on Facebook when everything is so political, and it's just a cesspool. So to everyone out there that felt like I was dissing them, I wasn't dissing you. It has nothing to do with you. It's about me. It always has been. Like everything is about you. At the end of the day, it's always been about you, and it'll always be about you. It feels good to lift people up. It feels good here to lift people up. It feels good here to encourage people and to love people. Because I know I'm using my gift, my talent, but I also have to protect it, like you have to protect yours. So again, I love you guys. Sorry for the ramble fest. I gotta go get something to eat because the brother is hungry. I gotta get some hydrations too. Hydrations. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right, wherever you guys are out in the world, wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you, your friends and family are happy, healthy, and safe.